and gentlemen, it's been alleged in Parliament that AFL players have been faking injuries to avoid drug testing on game day. Is this a new tactic?
Yeah. Look, it is a problem, but it's a social problem throughout the nation, Charlie, as you well know. Cocaine is the drug of choice for your professional class people. Your barristers, your lawyers, your people in the financial industries. You've only got to look at the stock exchange and think, God almighty, what have they been putting up their nose? And it's a fair ask. And I think what it does is allow professionals to have what I'd call a little bit of me time, Charlie, me time. And I don't think professional footballers should be denied a little bit of me time. I don't care how much they put up their nose, as long as I know about it, so I can make an informed choice about my betting. That's all I'm interested in.
We need a probe, Charlie. We need a full-on probe by one of our great national shows that can winkle out who's been sticking the stuff up their nose.
Yes. Are you talking about Liz's show?
I am investigating.
Under investigation. God almighty, why isn't all the police bloody money going into that show? They solve crimes every bloody week. You want to know who's taking drugs? Ask Liz Hayes.
Moving on to another story, and we heard last week that the Queensland government won't be building a new stadium for the Brisbane Olympics.
That position to reject recommendations for a new Victoria Park Stadium, ditch the Gabba rebuild and hold the opening and closing ceremonies at Suncorp Stadium.
The opening ceremony will now be at the Broncos' home stadium. As Australia's foremost Olympic experts, is the stadium big enough?
Well, look, Lang Park is... I don't know if you know the Lang Park story, Charlie, but it's quite a story. It was the original cemetery for Brisbane. So you've got all these dead bodies under the ground. They're still there. Now, it doesn't take a great imagination to imagine an opening ceremony where ghosts appear from the ground and they tell a story about how Lang Park became the cauldron of rugby league in Australia. Sure, it's not an Olympic story, but it's an Australian story, Charlie, and one that we're very proud of. State of origin heroes, march them all out, have a reenactment, and then they fall back into their graves. We go to darkness. The Olympics has begun. What a show! It almost writes itself.
It's a beautiful vision. The question has to be asked, though, are the Olympics just too expensive these days?
They are, Charlie, unless you've got your imagination. Look at the story that Roy told about the opening ceremony there. A cemetery is part of the opening ceremony, and the only thing
Never been done before.
The only thing I would add would be to get a rugby league player with a bit of petroleum jelly on a steedin, and they kick the steedin into the flame, into the cauldron at the end of the ball.
I mean, don't give away too many ideas. I mean, that's just too great. Look, Charlie, the Olympic Games, you've just got to remember, these are just school carnivals. School carnival. Who can't do a school carnival on the cheap? That's all it is, with a couple of international stars roped in. Once you've got that mindset, then Lang Park makes absolute bloody sense. They're lucky they're getting it.
Would it be possible to just permanently hold the games at their place of origin in Olympia in Greece, and then just have countries bid for the right to fly their citizens in to be the home crowd?
Well, it's a nice idea, Charlie, but just several things. Have you been to Olympia? It's just rubble.
There's no atmosphere.
No atmosphere.
No sense of history.
There's no
sense of history.
No.
I mean, if you want a sense of history, Charlie, get to Lang Park.
I think you are absolutely spot on. Would you please thank the one and only rampaging Roy Slavin and H.G. Nelson?
Here you go.